Is there anybody that you know of who could be President Trump now? Is there anyone who could be President Trump now? Anybody that you know of? Anybody who has the guts to be Trump now? He's not perfect. Somebody before, one of our regulars said, "Oh, I can't I can't stay around here. He's dead to me," or something like this. I'm thinking, my God, what are you talking about? Could anybody that you know honestly be the president today? Is there anybody who could possibly do what Trump is doing? But Trump? Anybody? He's not perfect. How does this work? How do you not understand? He does things that drive us crazy. Yes, yes. But nobody can do what he does. Nobody. Nobody. Do you think Vance could do this? Do you think anybody seriously could hold up to what he's been through and continues to? And I got news for you. You may not like this, but I'm going to tell you this. When he's done, it's over. I don't know how anybody possibly is going to maintain what he has maintained. I mean, I don't know if anybody could possibly do it. I don't know if it's even remotely possible. And I know you might say, wow, it's a little bit extreme. No, it's not. Absolutely not. I'm seeing a lot of freezing here. Pardon me for that. I don't know what is going on. A lot of freezing. Let me see something. I think if I might want to get rid of this. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? So remember this. I've got problems. I've got some things that he does that I think are absolutely nuts. But who garners the attention? Who is going to be the bench? Who is going to be Trump after Trump? I'm serious. Who? I know people love to say J.D. Vance. I know they love this. It's this thing of, oh, J.D. Vance. Do you just think because he's a kind of big looking guy and he's tough? I mean, what is, with all due respect, what is this J.D. Vance thing that people talk about? They love J.D. Vance. Well, what has he done? He's a Peter Thiel. He's a Palantir operative of the First Order, the First Stripe. Do you want that? Okay. He is going to be owned by big tech. And one could say, well, maybe Trump is to an extent too. Okay, fine, maybe. But where is the bench? And when you say, oh, I like him, do you say you like him because of his looks, his wife? Is it a boyfriend kind of a thing? I'm serious. Why do you like him? Why? I don't know. I don't know why people say that. But it's something which and we can throw things out and we can, I like this one, I like that one. All I'm saying is that you better thank God he's here. Thank God he's here. Because to fight these bastards, because let me tell you something. If the Democrats take over again, we are doomed. They're going to come back. They keep coming back with a vengeance. Trump comes back, but not, he's not crazy nuts, where he wants to take on the world. But let me stop just for 1 second. Let me explain something to you right now, which is really critical. My friends, the response has been incredible from our good friends at My Patriot Supply through preparewithlionel.com. And ever since COVID, millions of Americans have started buying preparedness supplies and understand why it's important, especially emergency food. And that's a good thing. But there's a big mistake most people make with their emergency food supply. They don't have any way to cook it in a real emergency when the power is out or the grid is down. That's why our friends over at My Patriot Supply created their Black Friday Survival Special. It comes with a 4-week food supply plus $150 worth of free gifts, redundant I know, including everything you need to know to prepare your emergency meals like a cook stove, a fuel, fire starters, plus a water purifier, bug out bag, and more. And it's critical. Remember, food, water, energy, and ammo. Can't help you with the ammo, but the rest I can. It's the complete survival kit your family needs to ride out natural disasters, civil unrest, or anything worse. And it also makes a great Christmas gift, so help me God. But it's only available through the Black Friday sale right now and through Black Friday. So head to preparewithlionel.com to check out everything that's included. With all the uncertainty in the world right now, we simply can't afford to be unprepared. So go to preparewithlionel.com and get prepared today. That's preparewithlionel.com. Can't say it enough. Now, I didn't want to spend this eve just, kissing his arse and say, oh, what a wonderful guy he is. But I got to tell you something. I don't know who else is going to be in charge or who's going to be able to do this. Can you? Seriously? Can you imagine if somebody had been hit with all of the lawsuits, all of the assassination attempts, all of the impeachments, everything you can imagine? 2020 was. You understand this? Somebody writes a good thing. Nick Fuentes is future president of the garbage dump. Does Nick Fuentes pay and play a very serious role? Does it? Does he? Seriously. Can we talk about this? Can we do this? Does anybody seriously think that Nick Fuentes, what is he, 20, smart young man? By the way, here's to you. Cheers. Lionel merch. Anybody? Anybody? Who thinks Nick Fuentes plays a significant role? Anybody? Anybody? Anybody understand? You see what's happening to Tucker and Candace? Does that make any difference? Oh, yeah, it does. Who is behind that? Who is behind it? People say Nick is the future president. Well, I don't think that's going to be possible, but he might be a candidate for sure. Certainly. I think that's nice. You understand this? This is the most important thing. So who, seriously, very serious question. Who is it? What's going on right now with Tucker and others? I'm curious. Are you watching this? Anybody? Does anybody really understand this? I don't know. Do you know what Nick Fuentes is? Do you know what's going on and how the media world is convincing you into thinking that somehow they're a part of what's going on? Last night we were talking about Art Bell. Oh, it was so wonderful. Wasn't that great? The days of Art Bell. Oh, God. And they took it to WABC from 1 to 5. Tonight, by the way, Mrs. L is going to be on from 1 to 5, Warrior Wednesday with Lynn's Warriors. Make sure you listen. It's a good one. And people just, oh my God, the fondness people had for Art Bell, the fondness. And I hope we go back to this. It wasn't really even political per se. It was just kind of fun. And now I'm saying we have a plethora, a cacophony of individuals who are doing the show and making the rounds and the like. I'm really asking myself, are they really any good? Is this, and I mean this with all due respect, but does he make any difference, really? Does Candace Owens make a difference, or do you just like to watch her? I think Art Bell made a difference. I think Art Bell made more people aware of aspects of the paranormal than you could ever imagine. I think Alex Jones has a tremendous amount, a tremendous influence. But I'm wondering who changes the course of people's opinion, not whom do people like. It's a different story. This is the most important part. And the thing is, you're not asking, you're not how we say this. Somebody always writes, I don't watch Candace. It makes no difference. I didn't ask you whether you watched it or not. You see how people do this? I don't watch it. I didn't ask you if you watched it. So does it make a difference? Is rap music important in the music community? Oh yeah. Oh, I don't listen to rap music. I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you. A lot of people say, I don't really understand. I don't really understand how this thing works. I think Nick Fuentes is an incredibly important voice. I never said whether I agreed with him or not. And the more you tell him that he is to be shut down, the more that the Mark Levins and others do that, the more it rises. And the more, like Piers Morgan saying, I must interview you, because Piers Morgan just wants clicks. And I understand that. Remember something. I ask you, who is important? He's deadly important. And if you want to neutralize somebody, what you do is you don't give them any attention. Because when you give people attention, it makes them more powerful. See, that's the thing I don't understand. Who made the most important? Who made the most important? Who? Who made? Candace is transforming culture to open their eyes to the truth. I think so, in some respects, yeah. But she's too angry and personal. You know who was the best? Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. He didn't have a chip on his shoulder. He didn't take it personally. He didn't have venom in his heart. You can say what you're talking about. Candace, very, very smart, very bad, but she's motivated by this anger, this venom. It doesn't work like that. Did you see what she did? The way she was acting? She still acts regarding Brigitte Macron. What does it have to do with this? It was weird. And she's going through all this stuff about this one's gay and that one's gay and he's gay and Obama's gay and all this thing. Candace, take it easy. Take it easy. This is like the wild rantings of somebody who's just calm down. You can't prove any of this. Be very careful. You may think something, you may have a feel for something, but with this comes a degree of a little responsibility, because you don't want to lose it. But what I'm saying is, these are very, very popular people. But when does somebody have a move collectively? When you join the bandwagon late, what difference does it matter? Let me tell you what's happening right now. Remember, many people confuse somebody that you like with somebody that's really changing a lot of people. Charlie Kirk changed people. Candace Owens, Mark Levin, Alex Jones, no one that I know of was responsible for thousands and thousands of new Turning Point USA chapters. Do you see at Berkeley, for the first time ever, bringing people into the cause, finding Christianity and their own spirituality? Nobody like Charlie Kirk. Nobody. I'm going to say that again. Nobody. And you can say, yeah, but I like so-and-so. Again, remember how people confuse what you like, what I like with, I may like to watch people getting arrested at Targets for shoplifting, but I don't think I don't think everybody's watching it just because I like it. That's how people confuse it. Just like here in New York, people are thinking, it's all going to go Muslim. We're going to have headscarves and prayer rugs. Out of 8.5 million people? I mean, you see a lot, but what? You see, the good thing about what we do now is there's this feistiness. We get together and we start getting mad and we say things out loud. We argue. And we have to be heard. And it's not just enough, because during the old days of Rush Limbaugh, people let Rush Limbaugh do the talking. They let Rush do the talking. Not you, not me. He did it. Because you would listen. You would listen on a radio station. You would listen. You wouldn't listen online. You listened to him in the capacity of his whatever it was he was doing. And what was really interesting about that, which I found, was that he did all the talking. Today it's different, because now not only do you listen, but you react and you retweet and you begin to involve and repost and forward all this, and you become part and parcel of the momentum of this, which is very interesting. Nothing else does that. Nothing else does this. You understand this? Nothing. And what's also you have to understand is that there's this, understand what the shtick is in show business. What is your shtick? What is your shtick? Everybody has to understand, what is it? What is your thing? What are you trying to do? Nick, to be outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. To say things about blacks and Jews that are just like, did he say that? Did you hear that? Be very careful with that. When you do that, you always have to keep going more and more and more and more and more. And you say, what now? What now? That's interesting. It's good. It's good to a point. Remember, there are people who just love. Remember, big audiences don't mean you're necessarily influential. I mean, there were some shows that, Dancing with the Stars is very popular. I don't know if it was influential, but people watched it. That's okay. I mean, what are you doing? Are you doing anything differently? Do you think that people are going out, and who are voting for the first time, or changed their opinion regarding something? Or were they already attracted to somebody by virtue of the opinion that they had? Who changes minds? That's a different story. That means you, of a particular mindset, found yourself in the world of somebody and then changed your mind. Look at what Trump did. Trump did things. Trump changed everything. Trump changed politics in a way that nobody ever did. Nobody. And I don't mean people just like him, because remember, a lot of us, I don't know if we like him, but we like what he's done, his particular mold, his direction, his voice. Sometimes it's sloppy, it's discourteous, it's funny, it's rude, but there's nothing like it. Absolutely nothing like it. And he's legitimate. He's not a phony. How many of these folks on TV all of a sudden, they're Christians. All of a sudden, they're Christians. Overnight. I'm a Catholic. Really? Yes. I'm a devout Catholic. I'm a God-fearing, flag-waving, rock-ribbed, Bible-thumping, Vatican-loving. I'm a Catholic. And I'm an American. Okay. How's that going? Great. Okay. Up it up a little bit. More Catholic? Okay, good. All right. Same thing others will do is, I'm a Jew, and this, and you're anti-Semitic. There was somebody the other day who said something interesting. I think it was the pizza feller, Dave Portnoy, said somebody yelled something at him. He was someplace, somebody said something anti-Semitic. And it's not good, but he acted like it was the end of the world. Well, it's not good, but do you really think, especially somebody who's in this tough guy, once you tell somebody, this really hurts my feelings, this hurts my feelings, what are they going to do? They're going to do whatever doesn't hurt your feelings. I don't understand that. It's one of those things I just don't grasp. Why do people do that? Let me ask you something. What do you love the most about this country? What do you hate the most about this country? What is the thing that we are the most proud of? Do you know that years ago in the Canadian tourism, they would, if you visit Canada, you would send away and they would mail you, pamphlets and whatever. And they had a picture, always a maple leaf and, mountains, but they had the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the RCMP. Actually had this. This was the sign of was the police. Wow. And what is Canada? Maple syrup, hockey, mountains, whatever. I don't think poutine. What do we love the most? Fred Haddad says the Constitution. I love the Constitution. Freedom? Pretty much so. We're a pretty good country. You can pretty much say whatever you want. You really can. I know you can. I mean, look, you'll get deplatformed and you might lose your job depending upon on where, but not usually. Not usually. I know somebody who's Chinese, and they were explaining that in China, most people say pretty much whatever they want. They just don't. I mean, there's so many people that nobody's really limiting what they're saying. They're saying pretty much whatever they want. They're saying whatever they want. Yeah, but don't you, Xi Jinping and his communists, no, they say whatever they want. I think we got a pretty good country. We say we pretty much do whatever we want. I think the two things that I think we have the best is food. Maybe food, well, music number one. Our food is really, because it's so eclectic. Maybe our entertainment and that kind of thing, because we were in many particular junctures, we were the focal point, the crossroads of all entertainment in the life. There was nothing like the United States. Nothing. We brought you everything. If we didn't do it, nobody did it. We're pretty good. I don't think we're ever going to, there's a part of us that says, this is the end, this is tyranny, the jackbooted, we got to keep offering that. But do you really think it's going to happen? Nah. Do you really? Look at this. I love our interstate system. There we go. This is the most important thing. By the way, happy Veterans Day. Thank you, Tracy Moore. You're correct. Happy Veterans. And God bless. This is the most important. This is the thing which is important. I would hope that we never, ever, 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 ever forget that if we really love the veterans, we'll make war obsolete. Because too many of us are involved in this, always sending people to war. What about the Uyghurs? Who is standing for them as they harvest their organs in China? Angela, how familiar you are with the Uyghurs? How familiar are you with organ harvesting in China? Not that you've heard about it. How familiar? How commonplace is it? How much do you know? Who's talking about it? We've heard it. I've heard about this van. There's a van that you go to the hospital or you go and you need an organ, and they'll go to some prison and they'll match your blood type or whatever it is to minimize or eliminate rejection, and then you'll get this organ in a cooler. Do we know that for sure? The Uyghurs. You know what Chinese say about the Uyghurs? They said, I got to keep those people because they're Muslim. He says, those are terrorists and all this. I don't know the first thing about the Uyghurs. Do you really know anything about them? Do you really? During the 20s and 30s and up through the 50s, and people from all over the world said, in the United States, they're hanging black people all the time. Well, it happened, but was it happening all the time? No. Most people went their entire life and never saw it, heard of it. I mean, they heard of it. Of course it happened. But they made it sound like it's everywhere. It's like anything else. If you talk about parts of cities, for example, Kensington in Philly, this horrible drug den, nobody even goes there. Nobody knows anything about it. I know friends in San Francisco who say there are parts that are bad, but if you see this on Instagram or TikTok, you see one block and you think, oh my God, that's the end of whatever it is. See how that works? It's one of those things which you have to ask yourself, what do I really know? How do I know? And what do I know? And how do I know it? It's not what did the president know, but how do I know and what do I know? What do I really know about what's going on in this country? What do I really, honest to God, know? What do I really, I think I know what's going on, but it's the hardest question in the world. What do I know and how do I know it? And how do I know what I know? I know people who I'm still, and I've given up telling them stop saying things are socialist when they're not. They I could be an anarcho-syndicalist, but unless I get the country to back me, I'm wasting my time. Do you understand that? If I'm an atheist, what difference does it make? I'm not going to ban religion. No politician is. If I'm a Jew or a Catholic, what difference does it make? Does it really make a difference? No. It's kind of tells you a little bit about your character or your perspective. We love to worry about things. I heard Tucker Carlson say recently that he was pulled out of bed because he was attacked by demons in the Oklahoma. Does anybody believe that? Anybody believe seriously in demons scratching you? Do you believe that? How much research have you done about the Uyghurs? How much have you done? Very little. Very little. You heard it, but we don't really get to the bottom of this. Dispute it. Be a skeptic. We don't. We really don't know a lot. We just sit back and we take news the way people take their internet. It's just, it comes at them and you swipe and it. So what I'm saying is, I think things are pretty doggone good. I think this is a pretty good case and a good state and a good country and a good everything. It's colder than hell. It's at 38 degrees tonight, but other than that, I think things are terrific. I don't think we're ever going to fall to communism. I don't think we're ever going to fall to tyranny. I really don't think so. I think there's going to be some pockets of it that we really got to worry about. But the idea that the United States falling, collapsing like some empire in ruins, no. But it's fun for us to say it. If you look at read any kind of ongoing live commentary, it's always crazy, yelling. It's always the loudest one. Who's the loudest one? Hey, look at me, see, says, and that's the way it always is. The crowds are like that. It's always the drunk in the crowd. But I think things are pretty doggone good. And I want to say that I think the saddest thing for me is what happens when the president leaves, because it will never be the same. We will be forever bored. When we know Trump is never coming back, it's going to be so much excitement is taken out of politics. And you know it, and I know it's true. And J.D. Vance, bless his heart, he, on his best day, he couldn't carry Trump's jock. I don't know who's out there. I really don't know if we have a bench. I don't know. I do not know. But all I know is, as stupid as some of the decisions are, not how he is, but sometimes he's, and this crap from Pam Bondi, Kash Patel. Kash Patel is just not doing anything for me or anybody else for that matter. And Bongino, I don't even know what he's doing. I think he just got all his TV buddies and said, here's a job, At least we're not hearing from Carrie Lake anymore. Remember her? Every 5 minutes. Okay, all right. But, and Tulsi Gabbard, what is she doing? Giving good videos and things. Aside from that, he's still the best damn president of my lifetime. And that's the truth. So anyway, my friends, thank you so much. Please, thanks for watching. Thanks for stepping in this eve. Make sure you listen on WABC tonight. 770 WABC. Mrs. L will be on from 1 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So join us. Thank you so much. I appreciate so much of your time and your effort joining me. You are terrific. Some of you are crazy, batshit crazy, but I love you anyway because you're all I have. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You are so beautiful to me. All right, my friends. See you later. Have a great night. Don't forget, Monkey's Dead. Show's over. Sue you. Ta-ta.